So welcome to Boxing Media Hub, proudly in partnership with Jam's Boxing Chat and all the cake he's eaten, and Falcon Contracting. With me now, I've got Jam and Sam. How you doing, Sam? You look very serious.
Yeah.
So we're going for another prediction show. We're going for Dan Azeez versus Lewis Edmondson. Dan Azeez, 22 fights, 20 wins, 1 draw, 13 knockouts. Lewis Edmondson, 9 fights, 9 wins, 3 knockouts. This is for the British light heavyweight title, which is currently vacant. Dan Azeez last out in June when he got a draw against. Yeah, it wasn't great, but he was very lucky to get the draw in that one.
He got a touch.
But he got it, and he moves on. Sometimes you need a bit of luck. Lewis Edmondson was last out in May against Joel McIntyre, which was a win on points in the 8-rounder. Sam, we'll go to you on this one. What's your thoughts on this one, mate?
I mean, Dan Azeez's last 2 fights, Sepp and
Josh Boazzi.
Boazzi, yeah, I was getting there.
I know, bro. I know. Just trying to help out.
He took that defeat to Boazzi. I thought he was doing. I wouldn't say he was winning, but he was in it until the knockdowns made it like wide. But he was always just a step behind Boazzi in that contest, and but he done well to get through that fight. And of course, his last fight he fought Sepp, which was a draw on the Billum Smith Riakporhe card at Selhurst Park. I thought Dan Azeez nicked that fight.
It was one of them.
It was
set by 3 rounds.
You can't complain at a draw. And I thought at the end of the day, a draw is a draw. Fair enough. You can't complain at it. But people were saying, "Oh, we should rematch Sip." I thought, he don't really need to. He's in that sort of position where something big will pop up, like this fight has come up. And Louis Edmondson fought on the Price McCaskill card last time. Beat Joel McIntyre, former English champion. I like Joel. Joel's a bit of
thank you,
gatekeeper sort of thing. He's been in there with Pitters, Lyndon Arthur, loads of the fighters who are at top level and good British sort of level at the minute. And yeah, that was a good win for Louis in my opinion. He boxed quite well. Louis another one who's been wanting the Ben Whittaker fight for quite a while, hasn't he, Louis? So I'm happy to see Louis in a big fight. Originally it wasn't for the British title, but it's come this week that Boazzi's vacated it, and I mean these two deserve the opportunity.
Good opportunity,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you not think though, Sam? Do you not think Dan Azeez seems to be a bit on the slide with the Boazzi loss and the Herveo Sepp draw? Do you not think he seems like he's lost a little something, a bit of confidence maybe? Do you not think he's declined a wee bit?
I don't know. You're allowed an off night, and it might have got to him that defeat to Boazzi, but I think he'll be all right. And I think Louis hasn't really had one shot land on his chin flush, so I think it'll be interesting to see when Dan lands at his punch, because Dan hits.
That's my worry, Sam. That's my worry.
He's stopped quite a few people, and I can see Dan Azeez, getting back on that train. It's a chance to become a 2-time British champion now. He's won it before. I think he won it against I think it might have been Hosea Burton actually.
Yeah, it was Hosea.
He's done it through the domestic route, Southern area, English, British. I think he's a former European champion as well, Dan. So he is at good level, Dan. And I can see him, getting a good win here against a good opponent. And I can see a Dan Azeez maybe round 6. I can see Dan getting back to winning ways in good fashion in this one. But Louis, be interesting to see if he can keep Dan away.
If we
Yeah,
can step up to that next level, isn't it? Because Dan Azeez is a level above the likes that Edmondson has fought. No disrespect to his opponents. Like you said, Joel McKinnon's a good fighter. But this is a massive step up in class for him, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely say this is a massive step up for Lewis Edmondson.
I was
In
expecting
class,
Louis
you know.
to sort of maybe go through a Commonwealth silver or an English, try and get in that mix, but fair play to him. And yeah, it's a good fight for him.
He's got the minerals to step in, put him in there,
Because I mean,
you know.
he's been calling out Ben Whittaker, you know. So
Well, we've seen what Liam Cameron done to him, mate, didn't we? So we'll speak about that another time. But
yeah.
Exactly.
Liam Cameron showed what Ben Whittaker's made of, mate. It's either plastic or polystyrene because that leg got damaged without being touched. So
still waiting on the exam results of that one, but you know.
yeah, apparently he's got two fractures and ankle ligament damage. That's what they're going with from boxer. Yeah, he managed to punch a hole in the wall in the dressing room, so he must have done it from his wheelchair.
Well, we'll have to check where the mark is in the wall. If it's down on the floor, then yeah.
We'll know by how high it is. Yeah, he's a 6 foot fighter. Let's see where it is on the wall.
but like we say, it's a good fight. It's a great fight for the British title. For me, I think personally, Dan Azeez will win by stoppage. I think he'll break him down, and that's nothing on Louis Edmondson at all. I think he'll give everything he's got. I think he'll give a good account of himself. But like we're talking here, we're talking levels. Like Sam was saying when we saw Dan Azeez against Buatsi, it was very much like they were both pedaled to the floor. But when it came to changing gear, Buatsi just went up. He just went up the stages. And I think it was a difficult fight anyway.
They were good friends, weren't they?
Yeah, Dan didn't almost really want to take that opportunity. I don't think he didn't really want that. Where Buatsi, it's almost like he knew where he was destined to go, and he knew he had to do something to get there, and he did it. Where Dan was almost like, I gave it a go.
Pal, you know what I mean? He
Yeah,
didn't have that
I gave it a go.
He didn't have the dog in him that night.
Well, like Russ said, nah, he'll knock him out. So there we go. Dan Azeez on point, says Horkan. I'm going for a stoppage for Dan. I think it'll be like that's between 6 and 9. I think he'll get him in there. I think he'll take his time, probably build the confidence a bit, and then he'll get him later on. Because I think it's a case of breaking Louis down and getting his confidence, as I say, getting that back up again. Yeah. What do you reckon, Jan?
I'm with you and Sam, mate. I think it'll be the same. I think he'll get into the fight. Louis might start well, you know, with a few keeping him off, picking him off with shots, but he hasn't got the power to really back it up and keep Super Dan off. So Super Dan eventually is going to take over, get his confidence back, and then he's going to start letting them hands go. And when he does, I'm sorry to say, it's good night, Louis Edmondson. And I'm going to say 7th round knockout, and I mean clean. Clean knockout, like a brutal knockout. And we're going to see the return of Super Dan.
Let's wait and see. Hit the subscribe button. I'm losing my voice. I'm so excited. Hit the subscribe button. Check out the rest of the content. And yeah, let us know your points of view. Chuck it in the comments and we'll get back to you. Me and Jam are normally in the comments, sieving through and looking at what you're up to. So let us know. I'm going to give this one to Jam, Sam. No offense. But yeah.
I've got to make this really manly now after that last one.
You got to go for it.
Sam for his one. So. Have some of this.
On that note, that just blew out the candles on the cake.
God bless
See you soon.
See you soon.